Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of Cooking Around the Planet, the show where we learn about and cook a recipe from every single country until we've done them all. If you're new here, I'm Austin, that's my wife Jess, and as always, the star of the show, Otto! If you've seen an episode before, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome in. My wife and I, and even Otto, share a love for food, travel, and culture. And that's what inspired this show and what this show is all about. Last week, we had the opportunity to learn and cook a recipe from the country and continent, Australia, and we even tried our hand at making Aussie meat pies. Also, we tried Vegemite toast, and from a YouTube comment, we learned we did it wrong. We put way too much Vegemite on there. Guess there's butter involved, and it explains a lot, because it was intense to say the least. So maybe in a future episode, we'll maybe redo it again, and maybe it will redeem our taste buds, if that makes any sense. But with little time, we move forward to week 10. Can't believe it's been 10 weeks already. This show was thought of in a diner 2 years ago, and now we're 10 episodes in. We've learned so much, we've had some delicious foods. We've had such a great time doing this and hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. We're just getting started, so buckle up. Last week, we drew a country that we had never even heard of, which we absolutely love. We're headed back to Africa this week, a place located on the eastern side of the continent. We are going to the country of Burundi on this week's episode. So grab a notepad or sit back and relax. Let's get right into it. Alright, today's meal is a fresh one. This is called Burundian Matoke. And Matoke is actually a type of banana. It's a green banana. It's kind of similar to plantains. It's indigenous to Uganda, and Burundi uses it in a lot of their meals. Kind of like a potato. It's starchy, it's not sweet like a regular banana, but we could not find Matoke anywhere near us. Closest thing to Matoke is plantain. So, the first step in this dish is we're actually boiling these plantains. They've been boiling for about 30 minutes now. So technically you could peel these before you boil them, but boiling them first makes it easier for once we do peel them. So we got this recipe from YouTube channel My Ramptons. It's a husband and wife, and the wife is actually from Burundi. So we're super thankful for her knowledge and super excited to try this dish. So before I send it over to Jess, I'm gonna run through how fresh, quick, and easy this dish is. It actually calls for spinach, but from the looks of the video, they didn't really have ingredients in their video, but from the looks of it, it didn't really look like American spinach. In a little research, I saw that Swiss chard is comparable to their spinach. I don't know if I'm 100% correct on that, but also looked similar in the video to collards, and Swiss chard kind of looks like that as well. So I think there's supposed to be a little crunch in there. Spinach, at least American spinach, doesn't really have a lot of crunch. So we're going with Swiss chard. Also, fresh tomatoes, red onion, sweet peas, and parsley, tomato paste, which I heard is used in a ton of Burundi recipes, and peanut butter, which is gonna be interesting. So while these finish boiling, I'm going to send it over to Jess to maybe introduce you to the country of Burundi.
Burundi is located in East Central Africa, just south of the equator. It is a landlocked country. It is bordered by Tanzania to the east, Rwanda to the north. To the west is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Along the most southwestern border is an African Great Lake called Lake Tanganyika. It is the second deepest lake in the world and the second largest lake by volume. It is also the world's longest freshwater lake. This country is one of Africa's smallest, with a landmass of only 28,000 square kilometers or 11,000 square miles. making it just slightly smaller than the U.S. state of Maryland. Burundi is located in East Africa's Great Rift Valley with a typography including mountains, hills, plateaus, lakes, and savanna plains. The beautiful Central Highland region boasts an average elevation of 1,500 meters, and the mountainous range makes up about 75% of the country's landmass. The highest point is Mount Hiha at an elevation of 2,685 meters.
These were boiling for about 30 to 45 minutes. There was no specific time. I've heard it depends on what type of matoke you have. It can vary the time of the boil. So I just went for 30, 35 minutes. I kind of checked it with some tongs here and there to see if it was soft, and it does feel a little soft. Now we're gonna see if this comes off nice and easy. Let's see. It's a little darker than, but edible. This might peel like a banana. Let me see. Oh yeah, look at that. Might not even need the knife. Whoa. Came right out. It smells like a peanut.
Interesting. Oh, it smells like a boiled peanut. That smells so good. That's not what I expected.
So we're gonna set these aside for now. We're gonna head on over to the stove for the next step of the dish. All right, next step of the dish, we got a little oil. And then we're gonna go in with a whole red onion and a lot of garlic going off my Rampton's YouTube video. They love garlic and we do too. Look at that. And we're cheating tonight. Didn't mince the garlic myself. Some other company did it for me. A little more. There you go. And we merge.
And we're merging.
All right, while that sweats out, we're gonna go in to the blender with 3 tomatoes. We're just gonna blend these down into a liquid. Nothing crazy, super simple. Look at that. That's what you want right there. Yeah. Set that to the side for now. Next up, we're gonna add our green peas. These are actually just canned sweet peas that we rinsed up, and it's probably about 1.5 cups. Going with those. Mix everything in together.
I'm so curious about the peanut butter.
Yeah.
How it's gonna fit into all this. Peanut butter is one of my favorite things right now, especially. I'm on a real peanut butter kick, and so it should only make it all more tasty. But I'm very curious.
Me too.
Peas and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Will be a first.
All right, we're gonna go in with our Swiss chard.
Which is such a pretty plant, by the way.
It is. Temperature down here, probably to a little bit above a low. A 1.5, whatever type of oven you have. Just to kind of cook that Swiss chard down for about 5 to 10 minutes. While this simmers, I'm gonna send it over to Jess with more facts about Burundi.
Population in Burundi is 13.4 million people. The official languages in Burundi are Kirundi, French, and English. Ethnicities making up the population are the indigenous groups of the Tutsi, the Hutu, and the Twa people. It's said that Burundi was originally inhabited by the Twa people, a group of hunter-gatherers and potters. And beginning around 1000 CE, Hutu farmers and Tutsi pastoralists, which are people who herd and farm animals, moved into the area and absorbed the Twa into their society. It's believed that for hundreds and maybe even thousands of years until colonization, Burundi's ethnic groups enjoyed life together with relatively equal positions in society. They lived in harmony and shared regional authority. In 1890, the country was colonized by Germany before being occupied by Belgium in 1916. It was at this point that Belgian colonizers formed an ethnic hierarchy to facilitate colonial rule. Although they were the minority, Belgian leaders put the Tutsi people in a place of power over the Hutu, which at the time was the majority of the people in Burundi. In 1962, Burundi gained political independence from colonial rule, and the Tutsi minority maintained political and social power. This structure inspired resentment among many Hutus, and in 1972, the situation became violent. At this time, a series of civil wars and pretty brutal genocide spurred throughout the country. For many years, there was political and civil unrest. In the early 2000s, the government, rebel groups, and international mediators came together and formed peace treaties to help put an end to this civil war. To this day, there are still being efforts put in to get to the root of why the conflict started, such as ethnic tensions and inequalities, and many reconciliation initiatives have been made.
All right, this is cooked down really good. Smells so good. We are gonna go in with some salt and pepper. From what I was seeing, they don't use a lot of spice in Burundi. They keep it pretty simple. We're gonna go with our tomato juice and pour that right in there. Stir that in. Next, we're gonna add about a half a cup of tomato paste. I think that tomato paste is gonna help kind of cut the acidity of the tomatoes and add a lot of flavor to this dish, going off of what we learned from cooking the jollof rice. So this is actually coming to a close here. Super quick, one pot meal. We're gonna throw in our plantains. We're gonna act as if these are matoke. We'll have to order us some matoke.
Yeah.
Make it super authentic.
I'd be really curious to find out what the flavor difference is between these plantains and the more authentic version.
A few more steps left. We're gonna cover this for another 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm gonna throw it over to Jess. And once we come back, we're gonna put the final touches on this dish and we will be ready for some dinner. Actually, one last step before we cover it, we're gonna add in the peanut butter. And I would say we're gonna go with about a 1/4 cup peanut butter. Super curious. Put a little more in there. This is good peanut butter. And as always, it's good for Jess.
Thank you.
Cover it up.
In Burundi, agriculture is a mainstay, employing about 80% of Burundians. The main crops include coffee, cotton, and tea, with Burundi being one of the world's largest coffee exporters. You can still see a ton of traditional stories and song and dance being passed down through the Burundi culture. In fact, there is a drum group called the Royal Drummers of Burundi Troupe, and they are internationally renowned for their energetic and traditional performances. Like much of East Africa, Burundians are known for brewing banana beer. It's made from fermented mashed bananas and usually enjoyed in large groups through a straw. To speed up the fermentation process, brewers will dig a hole in the ground lined with dried banana leaves and set them on fire. Then they lay the fresh banana leaves on top along with unripe bananas and leave them underground for 6 days. In 1996, Burundi won their first ever Olympic medal, and it was even a gold medal when the Noust Nyongabo won the 500-meter race in the 1996 Summer Olympics. He had only competed twice before in that event before winning the gold medal. Burundi is home to the Kariba National Park, which is part of the larger transboundary forest landscape conservation project and serves as a sanctuary for many endangered species, including gorillas.
What are you waiting for? All right, final step, we're gonna add about 1/4 cup of parsley. We'll mix that in. Woo. That peanut butter, man, you can smell it. So good.
It smells so good.
All right, let's plate this up.
I'm gonna be honest, when Austin told me all the ingredients that went into this dish, I said, should we get a backup plan for dinner just in case? But now that I'm seeing it all come together, I'm in support.
An avocado on the side. All right, time has come. Burundian Matoke.
Matoke.
Smells delicious.
So curious how this is gonna taste. I'm gonna go sans avocado first. Okay.
Probably not gonna burn your face off this week, I don't think.
Hope not.
Mm-hmm.
That was me just wanting to dive in. Mmm.
Yeah, that looks phenomenal.
Wow. That's really good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I thought the peanut butter was going to be like the most prominent flavor, but it's like it just merged perfectly with the tomatoes, and
Yeah, tomatoes, peanut butter, strange.
it's so good. I'm not gonna keep you holding out on this anymore. Wow. Woo. Did not think that was gonna be as tasty.
I'm stoked. Mmm. That. Wow. The peanut butter thickens everything up. Who would have thought tomatoes and peanut butter and the plantains?
Yeah, the plantains are so
That's
good.
like,
Nothing, it's like nothing in the dish overpowers anything. It all just perfectly comes together somehow. And if I ate that and someone asked me what the ingredients were, I couldn't put my finger probably on one. I definitely wouldn't say peanut butter.
no. God, I love peas. Yeah, it's like, it's not salty, but it's not sweet. That must be from the tomatoes, I think.
Maybe,
That
yeah.
little middle ground of like, tomatoes, if you really think about it, it's like, you sweet or you, what are you?
Yeah, true. Tangy.
I never really thought about that before until now. That is really good. Wild combination of stuff, all fresh. I mean, this is literally, there is not one thing in here that isn't fresh.
There's Swiss chard in there.
Swiss chard in there. And you did get a little crunch from those little crunchy Swiss chard pieces. Phenomenal. And I can't wait to eat 3 plates of this.
Yes. We need to triple the recipe next time because we're gonna
Yeah.
hammer down on it.
Yeah, I thought we got too much. Realizing now, should have got double
Yeah,
because it's that good.
it's so good. I feel like this meal is the epitome of merging well done.
You said it perfectly.
The merging of flavors
You
just
ever been
merged into its own.
If you ever been on the interstate and you're coming down and you see your exit and you're a mile from your exit, you're posted up in the right-hand lane and nobody's in your way, nobody cuts you off. I mean, if you're from Florida, I-4 people cut you off all the time. And you got 2 semi-trucks length in front and behind you. The sky's blue. Not a state trooper in sight because you're going 65. Not a mile over, not a mile under. And you just hit that exit. Smooth sailing. The perfect merge of The greatest merge of all time. Greatest merge of all time. GMOAT. Burundi Matoke. 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 Am I saying it right?
I don't know.
This dish has got me in a daze. It's so good. I think it's the plantains.
You just rhymed.
Did I?
Yeah, the dish has got you in a daze. I think it's the plantains.
Well, Burundi, thank you. That was delicious. Can't wait to add that to the Reeves cookbook. And again, we've been hitting homers for a good while now.
Yeah,
We're on a hot streak
we
of
are.
great food.
This is a great 10th celebratory, delicious meal.
Give it up for ourselves. 10 episodes. Thank you, you guys. Hey, by the way, before we go to the hat, put you on the spot here. Favorite out of the 10? I know mine. I think everybody knows mine. They might know yours as well, but it's tough.
I'm gonna have to say Palau still.
Yep, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I think about it all the time.
Me too.
But this, I think, is gonna be second.
Whoa!
Yeah, this one's second.
I can't pick a second right now. I have to think about that.
No, this one's definitely.
But this is close.
Yeah,
I really like this a lot.
yeah, this is definitely second.
It's either second or third. That jollof rice was just absolute fire. But it's close. It
This
is
takes
close.
for me.
Well, let's get to this hat so we can get to this meal, get to this dinner. Well, we've arrived again a week ahead from where we were last week because that's how time works. We're back at the hat once again like we never left. We've cooked a meal, learned about a country that we never even had heard about last week, and now we could put that in the Rolodex, into the memory bank, into the Reeves cookbook, and now we move forward into episode 11. Where has time gone?
Where has time gone and where will it take us? There's only one way
Only-
to find out.
The bucket hat will tell.
All right, here it goes. I'm doing a real good merging
Yeah.
here.
If anybody ever says this is, what is it called?
Rigged.
Rigged, nobody ever has.
But if they do,
But if they do,
let it be known.
let it be known.
It is not. All right,
We're in
this is
there.
the one. You see it?
I did not. And then 3, 2, 1.
Serbia.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Wow, that's out of the realm of anywhere we've been lately.
Yes, Serbia.
Serbia, we're on it. I'm stoked. Talk about going polar opposites from where we've been on these first 10 episodes.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of Caribbean, a lot of African, a lot of that. We're diving into a whole nother realm here and we're stoked about it.
So excited.
So, 10 episodes in the book. Thank you guys so much for all your support. We're so excited to be doing this. So excited it all came to fruition. But we're just getting started. 185 more episodes to go. 3+ years to go. Good catch. Come along for the ride. Buckle up. It's going to be a blast. We'll see you guys back here next week for episode 11 of Cooking Around the Planet. Have a great week, guys.
Bye.
Is it good, bud? Yeah, you gotta break it up. There you go. Good boy. What do you think, bud? Oh, it's approved. Auto approved.